Hello, I'm Michael van Gerwen. Welcome to Behind the Bar with Paul Starr.
Welcome Behind the Bar with Paul Starr, brought to you by William Hill, the proud sponsor of the World Darts Championship. On this side of the bar, because we're at Bar 501. Steve Grounds, newly refurbished Bar 501. Looks fantastic, Steve.
Yeah, no, we're really proud of it. Thanks for coming down.
Great stuff, Steve. Week number 15 in Brighton, the last of the league stays. Taylor 7, Wade 1. Wade won the first leg. He broke Taylor's throw. Taylor averaging just under 109, 70% on the checkout. Easy, really, in the end.
Yeah, well, they only had Pride to play for, didn't they? And Phil Taylor's a very proud man, and so I'm sure that after that first leg, he dug his heels in and won the match.
He certainly did. In the second game on, Barney 7, Bunton 4. We actually went for Barney at 10 to 11, over 100 average, 50% on the checkout. But that means that's 8 weeks on the trot that Barney has avoided defeat. In fact, he's won 6 of those. That's impressive from Barney. He's timed his run to perfection.
Yeah, definitely. I think he could have afforded to have lost that game, couldn't he? Really, he was in the final 4 anyway. But I think for him, it was very important for him not to lose that unbeaten record.
Yeah, that's it. And third game on, Adrian was 3, Gary Anderson 7. Adrian was 2-0 up. Anderson 97 average. We went for the draw there, but Anderson he'd done the business and secured 3rd place in the league. Yeah,
no, another great result for Gary. Obviously, Adrian again, never need to play for, so I think Gary would be happy with that result.
Yeah, certainly. And the last game of the evening, it was billed as the big one. Of course, number 1, Michael van Gerwen, number 2, Dave Chisnall in the league. We went for Chizzy at 3 to 1. What a match at 5-5. He breaks a throw. Chizzy breaks a throw with an astonishing 161 check. But guess what? Last leg, he bangs a 180, and Michael checks out 108 to secure 1st place in the league.
Yeah, a great average from Michael, but for Dave, it's very important for him not to lose that match going into this last week.
Yeah, and of course, what does that leave? Well, it means the league table is Michael van Gerwen played 16, of course they've all played 16, but he has 23 points for a plus 30 leg difference. Chizzy 22 points for a plus 30 leg difference. Anderson on 20, Barney on 19, and of course a bit of a gap down to Taylor 15, Lewis 14, Wade 12, and Bunton 11. But I just mentioned, Steve, plus 30 leg difference for Chizzy there. He's got to be really happy with that.
Absolutely massive, yeah. I think for Dave as well, being that fact this World Series is coming up.
Yeah.
I think I was talking to him actually the weekend, and that's been his inspiration. So possibly we could have a Premier League champion that's not on the World Series.
That would be, yes. Ooh, yeah, that's something to say, of course. Very, very possible. Most 180 so far. Chizzy, 2nd MVG, 3rd Anderson. Interest on the checkout. MVG top of the checkouts by a bit of a way, but Chizzy 2nd, and that says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think Dave's been renowned for his high scoring, but not necessarily his checkouts. But this year, I think it's a big improvement on his checkouts. I wonder if he's been practicing on that.
Yeah, very much so. And of course, Barneveld 3rd out on the checkout percentage list. At the weekend, of course, we had European Tour 5 and 6 on the Friday. A couple of players, well, in fact, 8 players actually made it through on both events, including Bunton and Henderson and Mark Webster. On to the Saturday. Why we're mentioning this, of course, let's see how the form is for this weekend, for Thursday in the Premier League. Players' Championship number 9, Taylor beats Anderson 6-4 in the final. Taylor hasn't entered one for a while, comes back and he wins the first one.
Yeah, no, I've seen Phil walk in on Saturday all on his own. He looked quite, he looked determined, but I lost early on that day. So by the time I got back to the hotel and checked the results to see Phil win, I thought, he's done well. He's
done well, and of course, interesting is the fact that in the semi-final, Gary Anderson 6, Michael van Gerwen 0, and Taylor 6, Wade 5. So out of all the wonderful players, the best players in the world there, it was 1, 2, 3, and 6 in the world who made the final 4. But Anderson beating MVG, that won't do his confidence any harm.
One of the biggest weeks of the season for MVG. So going into that game, obviously they didn't play on Saturday, but going into that game, that would have been a big loss for Michael.
Yeah, and on to the Sunday, Joe Mernon 6, Dave Chisnall 4. Chizzy had already beat Michael van Gerwen and Phil Taylor en route. But it's Joe Mernon who wins Players' Championship number 10. It puts him in the top 64 in the world, and he also beat Daryl Gurney, who made the semi-final.
Yeah, no, got a great run for Daryl. Also for Joe Mernon, he's not even got a tour card, so it's only by people not turning up this weekend that he's actually allowed to play in the event, and for him to go and win it, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and walks away with £10,000, which doesn't do his heart and hopes of getting into the world match play any harm. So thank you very much for that, Steve. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free. Like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. And join us next week, where we'll be keeping you up to date on the sharp end of World Darts and reviewing the 2015 Premier League, brought to you by William Hill, the proud sponsor of the World Darts Championship. We look forward to seeing you then.